MSC stage, loud and proud.
They have proved that they are still on form by claiming MPLPH Season 11.
All 5 players of Echo were named in the team of the season selection. They aim to complete the Grand Slam by winning MSC2023. Labeled as the underdog of the tournament, representing the Mekong region, let's welcome Team Evo. They are in the position to be the dark horse of MLBB esports history.
They only need to beat the world champs, not once, but twice in this best-of-3 series.
Honestly, looking at this roster, they have everything to prove to everyone, not just in the Southeast Asia region, but throughout the world. A lot is on their shoulders, but I believe they can do it. Here we have their coaches on stage. It's Coach Tic Tac and Coach Trevor going up against Coach Flash Oni and Bumblebee.
Man, it all starts from the draft. We cannot stress that enough. All that execution in game, it starts with the mastermind.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at the lineups, the coaches is going to be very, I would say, stressed but calm at the same time, because again, looking at the roster, you're kind of thinking like, should I be really thinking about what the opponent is going to bring, or I'm just going to focus on myself? Speaking of which, this is the lineup for Echo, Betty Cutie, Carl TC, Sanford, Sanji, as well as Yaoi. I would say this is the terrifying 5.
Yeah, you can't really pinpoint to one particular player, because like you mentioned earlier, right, all 5 players were the first team last season.
Yep, they are the best of the best, mechanically speaking. And as Lithal said too, right, what's not scary is the individual player, but when they come together. And I think that's what makes Echo so lethal.
Yeah, they make music when they're together. It's certainly a sight to see. But right now, we're also going to take a look at the official team lineup here for Evo. So it's Isun, Your Name, Upper, Abby, as well as
Name. Confirmed! Name! Where is 20 August?
Okay, here's the thing, right? Because looking at this lineup, it's very sketchy. But the thing is, this is the top 5 that is representing Mekong. So, of course, they're going to bring a lot to the table, because looking at the team, again, we got to emphasize that, because I've talked to a lot of professional players that it's no longer the Mobile Legends Bang Bang, where one player could really counter everyone. Not one player can 1v9 truly. So we got to look, yes, the roamer has changed, but perhaps as long as they work well together, should be fine.
Yeah, but this changes all of my notes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I made so many notes for Evo, centralizing on their roamer, right? On 20 August, how he plays, the way that the team plays, according how the play styles change from that early, mid to that late game. But it's changed.
No Cap has about 3 pages worth of 20 August notes.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Talk about
man. Talent prediction from all everyone. The talents, even from Cambodia as well, all for Echo here.
Can you blame them though?
Even our balls from Ice Frog, Mengli, and Opie on the other desk over there. Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult to wager against our world champion.
It's a steep climb, man, but again, this is why we love the drama, because yeah, a lot of people are looking at Echo, they're gonna win, but wouldn't it be great? Again, I don't want to be biased or anything, but wouldn't it be great to see Evo taking a game?
There's nothing wrong with wanting to shake up the MLBB world.
Definitely.
I think we all just want to see that, especially with how different MSC is. Something to know before the draft begins. There are former players amongst both coaching staffs. Coach Flash Oni, this being his first MSC, was once a player for the said team, as well as Bumblebee. Bumblebee played for the women's MLBB team for Team Laos. And then for Echo this time around, Coach Trev was also a player in the MPL.
Oh, and we also have another fact here, formerly known as Candy Comeback, that debuted in M1 back in 2019. The Laotian organization has since tweaked its roster numerous times, and the team has now established itself as the strongest MLBB team in the Mekong region. And I've heard a lot of rumors about them as well. Even Kabe, he's very known in the Indonesian, MLBB world. He's been saying that Evo just has really developed over time, and that's props to to the entirety and just like the development of the Mekong region.
In just a few moments, we're going into the draft, and we've seen in just the first series of the day, a lot of new picks have been brought out. The Novaria, the Balmet.
Yeah.
I want to see, because we've seen the Bane getting banned out, I want to see if Evo will be picking up some of those recently buffed heroes and how they're going to use it, especially for Bane, because Bane, there's no wrong way to build him.
That's right. It's cookie cutter pick. Where would you prefer it? I like seeing Bane in mid.
For me personally, in terms of itemization, if you're going for backline, go physical, man. But if there's a hard front line from the opposing side, might as well go magic because a lot of damage on that ult.
And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, let's welcome you to the drafting phase of game number 1 between Echo Philippines as well as Team Evo representing Mekong. You can see that Echo has first pick, Evo with the second, and very interestingly, just face value, already respect here, right? Glue, Kaja, Faramis taken away from Team Evo, but on the same side, Lancelot and Franco has been taken away too.
I like how Echo is approaching this. Again, given that maybe one of Evo's main strengths is mystery, right? You don't know what they're up to. They're just covering their bases here, right? We don't want no glue. We don't want no Faramis just in case there's that duo synergy. And then, okay, Kaja, you're safe. No suppress, actually, with the Franco too.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's also a very safe ban coming in from Evo because banning out Carl TC's Lancelot. He just had practice just a few days ago, banning out the Franco as well as the Arlet for now. I kind of feel like they're testing the waters, but Echo, without missing a beat, picking up the 1-1.
That's so risky.
But 1-1 recently got nerfed, though.
Yes.
So is she fine? Is she okay?
I think it's fine because Kaja and Franco aren't here. So this 1-1 might be able to bounce around unless Evo tries to pick up the Phobius. We gotta see, do they want to do that?
But other than that, there's also still the Diggy that could be picked up, and even straight Purify can actually hurt the 1-1 even after the buff. But sorry, the nerf. But
Someone else who might get picked up, who was not nerfed but buffed instead, that's Alpha, who I think might see play. Given that there's a Fredrin, there are few conditions to make an Alpha jungle work, right? And you gotta have a tanky opponent in the other jungle, so this is good.
Great thing about Alpha, because looking at the changes, number 1 is actually the ult, because it charges up so fast, the cooldown is so low, you could initiate basically every single time.
2 or 3 in a team fight.
And the changes are at the passive, so every single second hit that Alpha does, Beta will follow up. So a lot of damage here.
but they're going straight for the Yuzong and the Cleave pick here for Echo, so securing that really heavy backline promise as well as that artillery and the slow. And interesting, they pick up a Yuzong here. What do you think that's for?
I like the Yuzong. They're just covering up what possible picks Piston can play. Piston is another key player for Evo. So yeah, even if we do not have 20 August, you still have your name and Piston. They just want to make sure Piston doesn't have an easy life, but I'd give this a wash. It's a 50-50 with a Claude.
Honestly, it is, because the Claude is going to be used to make sure that he can deal damage against the E, because it is a very direct counter there. But yeah, I kind of do believe that this Yuzong, because looking at MPL Philippines, Leo, you can correct me, but I see a lot of bans, early bans on the Yuzong, and a lot put it as an S-tier EXP laner, just for the fact that you can go directly to the backline. Whether, doesn't matter what kind of hero they use, it's always going to be annoying, it's always going to be good.
I will not correct you because you are correct.
Going back into the drafts as well here, we do have the Kufra being taken away from Yawi for sure. Definitely a power pick for himself. Lolita also gets taken away, so the limitation onto the hero pool of that roamer has begun. And the interesting thing is, once again, we're not really sure what Nonim has in his hero pool, but we do have a fun fact here for Sanford. He has a 100% win rate on the Yuzong. Leo,
LaFell, that's
what
why.
is that?
That's
10 out of
why.
10.
That's why, right? That's why.
10 out of 10.
That's why we were talking about how it's always bans, especially against Echo, right? Now we close up junglers, all right? Carl Teasy, your name not gonna be able to touch the Ling nor the Akai. I wonder what the rumors are gonna go do though. The Cho's still out.
Yeah. Cho is still available.
Cho for Yawi.
I kind of screamed.
Right, that was you.
Yes,
That's you.
definitely.
Not me.
Honestly, quite interesting here. It does seem that Echo, they know quite a lot about Evo, because even though they saw the Fredrin, they're still banning out the Ling as the jungler. Fully expecting, if you want to scream, you can scream, because Yaoi's picking up the Cho.
Oh my god, it's Cho!
There it
Yes?
is. I'll allow it.
Okay,
championships off of a single hero.
But I like the fact that they picked up a
Main. Let's
oh
go.
my god, May!
The bunny.
The bunny.
The bunny.
Why?
Man, you guys were just talking about this.
I played a lot of Bane, man. My Bane is
A lot of
sign
good.
nobility.
A lot of good, man, because even the Bane can cancel the clock. Oh, man.
Carl Easy, what are you doing?
Wow. All right. Okay. Wait. Let's take a look at Evo for just a minute, right? With the Martis and the Fredrin. Martis jungle, right?
Yeah, likely. Yes.
I mean, it could switch it up. It could be Marty's EXP.
No absolutes.
No absolute.
I like that he's anti-CC going against Carl Tizzy and Yaoi though, right? So
Yeah, you can come through. Just
yeah, I would definitely prefer the Martis. We'll see the last pick here coming in for Team Evo. They're taking their dear sweet time. Everyone is shaking, and it's going to be the Diggy.
that is a valuable diggy. That's money right there. You're stopping the ult on the
1-1.
Bane. You're stopping 1-1 with the stun, right? The trigger, the Chong, the Yuzhong.
Dude, a lot is going on. Honestly, looking at the draft, I see Diggy coming out of the screen, coming back in. Looking at the audience prediction, also seems pretty one-sided here.
Yeah, talent, audience prediction as well. It's tough to say that the outcome could be different, but let's take a look at not the history and, the accolades of both these teams, right? Let's take a look at the drafts.
Let's live in the now.
Let's live in the now, exactly.
I like how Team Evo is actually sticking to the fundamentals. They have their bases covered. And again, we talked about how the Diggy is so valuable. But in practice, right? Echo's playing with fire, man. Like, Echo is so hot. That draft is so hot.
I like Bane, so I like the draft coming in from Echo.
Here we go. Game number 1. I hope the Dark Horse are ready, but also I hope the Apex Predators came to play.
And I hope that the audience are ready as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 between the Filipino representative and, of course, the representative from the Mekong region. And, coming to this game, right, we gotta take a look at the battle spells as well as the emblems. Does anything stand out to you here?
Definitely, because Carl Tizzy here is using the jungle emblem. And here's the thing, people might be like, yeah, he's a jungler, of course he's going to go for that. But usually Bane, he will choose either the magic or the assassin emblem, really showing what he wants to go for. And Bane really clears the jungle super fast that he had to get nerfed before coming into the MSC. And because he's using the jungle emblem, he could really go either way. Physical, magic, even defense, it's really up to him.
Or could he even be a hybrid
Oh yeah,
build,
definitely.
right? Like,
Yeah.
we see that a lot from Wise, right? We saw that from Wise as well. But this is going to be the goat. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, down bottom. You see how also a Bane has great range? There's a deadly catch. Oh, that's a show of strength.
It's mostly just about zoning them out because, again, they just want to make sure that Evo, they don't have a comfortable laning phase to make sure that Echo, they can move around the map a little bit more comfortable. And again, Carl Tizzy, we got to see if he's very aggressive with his ults. Honestly, I kind of feel like he's going for the damage on the bounce. He might go for a physical kind of build.
Definitely a possibility here. Looking back into the lane matchups, right? It seems like the Diggy has been really babysitting the Claude, right? Giving some damage, harassing the 1-1 in that early game, but face value, 1-1 versus the Claude. Who is supposed to win that matchup?
Honestly, looking at the situation, it is supposed to be the 1-1 because actually it's more about kind of a dead lead. The Claude doesn't want to fight. 1-1 wants to fight. As long as Claude survives, it's okay.
Here we go. Sanford, the Apex Predator himself, starts to fight. Your name is less than half health. Turtle gets reset to the back line. Over versus Carl Tizzy. First blood goes by the Playmaker. Down goes your name. Carl Tizzy, though, taken out. Can Echo find revenge? Oprah gets away with it and kept down. Sanji gets the kill. Turtle still standing. There's a pull by Evo.
Okay, 2-for-1 trade there, still in favor for Evo, honestly, but Echo did and was able to manage to reset that turtle, right? So nobody gets that just yet. Things are going to go back to square one.
Yeah, I guess we didn't mention as well, but yes, it is going to be the Fredrin jungle and the Martis is going on the EXP. And both frontliners were punished, but now Agi
Stole that RWM. I wonder if that was the right timing, though. They may have pulled the trigger too soon.
Yeah, right now we can also see that the turtle has been pulled over to Echo's side.
Oh, watch out. Deadly catch. How easy with the red tree. In comes Oper. Maybe too late. And now another fight. There was a kick on the Agi. He gets away.
Oh, I I think that was beautifully played, right? Really, really calculated there from the side of Echo as well. Evo tried their best, but in that moment, in the 5v5, with how much utility that Carl TZ has with his ultimate, it's a little bit too difficult maybe for them to go for a front end game.
Cartesi here, jungling very cleanly, and so far, your name staying to his side of the map. Down bottom, there's some action, 3v2. Yaoi gets caught with the reverse time, doesn't want to cross the threshold. He understands Benny's not ready yet.
Yeah, again, looking at how they're rotating, they just want to make sure that Evo, they're not in their comfort zone. I kind of feel like this is more about putting pressure mentally than actually physically getting those kills.
Alright, but Corrosion already built there by Benny QT.
Looking at the items here as well, we can definitely see a very big impact here because looking at the Claude has actually, never mind, the Claude actually has a gold advantage here. And looking at the Bane, looks like it is going to be, at least for now, focusing on the defense.
Oh, up top. Doesn't mean much here. Oper versus Sanford. You see Sanford with the shot essence. Heals up, down bottom. There's a kick on the Numnim. Gets a few hits in. Sanji with the Void Crystal keeping him down with the RWM. Fails to pop the little owl baby man, and he gets away.
Alright. 4 minutes in, you can see, like you mentioned there, a lot of aggression here coming in from Echo as well. And I find this interesting, right? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Benny wants to stick to the sides. Doesn't get to it. Pistol takes him down. Point blank. Blazing duet.
I gotta say, I guess that's just a miscalculation there because I think he thought that he could take a little bit more in terms of the turret shots and then he could rise up and a kick here from Yaoi.
They find one on Agi. He's still alive, but only for a second more. Sanji gets a kill.
Looks like it's not finished because here Easy might get caught.
Carl gets put down. Oh, he gets away. Heals with the ale. Deadly catch. Down goes your name. Another kill for Sanji.
And now they're just free to get the neutral objectives, and this is why I love Echo and how they play, right? The way they're able to just chain those events, going in for the kills, getting over those pickoffs from the side of Evo, and then going ahead and getting the neutral objectives, securing that for themselves, and of course, a healthy gold lead.
Right now, I kind of don't like the movement coming in from Evo because it looks like even they're not entirely sure what they're really going for because they're kind of like moving by seeing what Echo is doing. They're not being proactive, they're being reactive.
Yeah, and it's so evident here in mid because look, Echo is just making a play for this mid lane. Piston coming in, pre-firing a blazing duet. Oh, it's at his detriment, but they do clear the wave. Evo is still alive.
Okay, let's take it down a notch, right? Echo has been playing just insane, but looking at the equipment coming in from Claude, right, from Biston in particular, does he have enough in his arsenal to play that aggressive?
For now, definitely not yet. He definitely needs the golden staff. Doing him here, looks like he's gonna be fine. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. He's taking quite a lot of damage actually from Sanji.
If anything, the real win is that they forced the pop on the time's journey. They're not going to be able to fight here. A few seconds in, look at Agi. He has the way of the dragon. No dice.
It really looks like they're just buying their time. Kind of ironic because they have the Ziggy, but it looks like they really want to make sure that everyone gets their items first and then try to fight it out. I would kind of say it's the opposite from Echo where Carl TZ is really looking for an excuse to use his ult. Like, if I can use a deadly catch, I'm just gonna do it.
You're right. But right now here, Biston, once again, he's trying to, he's trying to equal the playing field, right? You can see that he's struggling, just trying to get the farm so he can play a little bit more aggressively because of that mid-game power spike that he so direly needs. But in the top lane,
Trying to get one over on Sanford. Able to retreat underneath his turret. He survived. He's okay. And LaFell, just to build on what you said earlier, I think I agree with you because they're looking for a play, right? They go for the XP lane. They go for the one that actually can just get away with a Black Dragon Swarm.
Yeah, and I gotta say that was kind of a big mistake because the way the dragon could have pulled him away from the safety of his own turret, but accidentally kicking him into safe arms. The turret doesn't have arms, but just, metaphorically.
We get it.
We get it. It's like family. Ohana.
Oh, Carl Deasy here. Wants one. Early that the cat gets a shield for his team. And now your name in the middle of it all. Numinim on early. Time journey. Oper getting caught in the real world manipulation. He's not going to last long. Sanji gets another kill. 4-0 on this young mid laner from the Philippines. Now Agi. Oh, look at Carl Deasy right in the middle of all of it. Agi making some space. Numinim in your name retreating underneath their tier 2. Tier 1 up top gets taken taken down by Sanford.
Echo's just doing everything right? They read the opponents. They know exactly what Evo is trying to go for. They're able to secure and dominate over the neutral objectives. They go in for the kills as well. And it feels like Evo, they're pressured to play as aggressive. They're playing into the tempo of Echo, where I feel like they need to stop over-committing for these team fights.
I don't know, I kind of feel like they're trying to play as safe as they can. It's good and bad, right? Because you're not taking unnecessary risk. At the same time, it comes to the question, they might not offer actually building a little bit of sustain with the Bloodless Axe, which is going to be pretty good when he has a lot of, either a lot of defense or a lot of damage. But for now, I kind of feel like, at least for now, it's going to be a dead item. It's not going to help him out too much.
Talking about items though, right? Golden Staff for the quad. So maybe, do you think that's enough to change the game, to change how these team fights have been going?
I think it's the starting point. It's definitely, you have the damage, but again, the setup has to be there. Either Evo has to start something, or Echo has to make a mistake. The GOAT's final test. The first time CallTeasy will be playing in MSC.
Yeah, and that's just going to be the only title left for him to take for himself, right? He already has 2 MS series, and now he's looking for the next M, but that being MSC. Let's see how far he goes with it. Already a 3,600 gold lead here for Echo in the 9th minute of the game, and it's looking detrimental here for Evo.
Ooh, Yowie finds a kick on the offer despite all of the bobbing and weaving, forcing out an RWM from Agility, stole away from Sanji. All this while, half of the Sensei duo actually keep his ult. So also watch out for Sanford down bottom in that one engagement, right? Echo forced back Evo, they only spent 1 ult.
Yeah, but now that's actually information, right? Because now both of these teams are grouping in as 5. CallTeasy here at level 13 with the Retribution. Does Evo have a chance to take it away?
Oh, here comes Sanford coming in from the east. And Piston, why the your name steal? Level 1 Lord. Forcing out the bit out of Sanji. They're still breathing. Sanford, oh, helps get a kill. Piston serving it up to the GOAT. Now Numim going out. Oh, CallTeasy pushing them away with an Ale Blast. Oh, I gotta say, with all that's been done, Piston for a Lord, I take this trade.
Honestly, that is a very good trade because, again, it's better than losing everything, right? At least you got the Lord, and now we can definitely see Evo. Okay, we see some action, we see some productivity, we see some proactive action coming in, and it is because the itemization, just like Eterna has asked us now, having the Golden Staff with the Demon Hunter Sword, it's kind of enough. But again, if they skill a little bit more, and if Piston can actually go in a little bit safer after this, there is hope. There's a breathing space for Evo.
There's definitely hope, right? Because even in that previous Lord fight, all odds were stacked against Evo, right? Your name is how many levels behind CallTeasy, and he still managed to get that under the nose of CallTeasy. So that's incredible. And now CallTeasy, to answer our question in the early stage of the game, is actually building for defense. So that's something that we can take note of.
Interesting. We were wondering, magic, physical, hybrid, nay, sustain.
So far.
Interesting.
I kind of feel like...
I'm taking notes.
I kind of feel like he can do that because he really trusts his team. Having Benecute as well as Sanford, being able to dish out the damage. And again, Sanji as well. So he's kind of like, he has it. Instead of being like the playmaker, now he's like, you know what? I will follow the team. What do you guys need? I'm just gonna make sure you guys get it.
Wow, I was gonna say, CallTeasy bringing back Bane in the jungle like it's 2021. This is a different flavor. I'll have it. I'll take it. And so far, it's been a very quiet game. This is odd.
Honestly, looking at how he's really forcing out all of the fights, all of his ults, just to make sure that they have a faster rotation, it is very interesting. Definitely take notes because a lot of people have been going for damage, but CallTeasy is like, nah, fam. Honestly, the damage is enough. I just make sure that I can survive for long.
Yeah, the utility from the ultimate, right? The deadly catch is already enough to kind of hinder whatever plan that Evo has. I don't know how, but they need to find a way to bait out the resources coming in from Echo before they commit to a team fight.
I kind of feel like Opper has to be the black sheep here. He has to go in front, get everything, but Yawi gets kicked.
Oh, that's one. Agi's the first to fall. That is such an important role. You can't have your mid laner being out of a big 5v5. And now, Echo might just force the issue. RWM pinning Numinum. Yawi. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate timing. They could have really forced that mid push.
Yeah, kind of, but, well, it seems like this is the result that we're going to take for now. 2,600 gold lead. It has shrunk from earlier, but right now, once again, both these teams with the Lord on the way already, 3 seconds left. Seems like Echo has already begun to kind of set up for it. Beaston here trying to clear in that bottom lane, but that's information as well for Echo to maybe pull the trigger here right now.
Oh, they're gonna rush this Lord unless Evo will oblige. There's a kick by Dowie. Find your name. Frederick here at less than half out. Now a fifth, now an eighth, and down he goes. Ramsey gets the kill. That's no retreat for Evo. Luminum goes down. Pop by Benny Cutie. Oper trying to get one. Doesn't get it. 2K for Big K. And that's already 3 out. 2 members left. They won't even think about it. Echo making a straight play for the Lord unless Evo, what's this? You want to push him mid?
I kind of feel like they got to find something else because Echo, I don't know whether it is intentional or not, but they're actually making sure that they stagger the respawn time coming in from the team because Agi was about to spawn. That's when they tried to force a fight. Get someone and make sure that not all 5 members are alive at the very same time. Make sure that, okay, one's down, then we get 2, and then once they are about to get up, we're going to kill them as well.
Oh, man. All right, okay, Biston's fine. Biston's okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, you were talking about that, right? They need to find something else. They need to trade back, and I think that's what Biston is trying to do, right? Claude has a little bit more mobility than maybe the other members of the team. I would argue that Martis should be the one to do that, but let's look at the instant replay right now. Let's see what happens.
The instant replay, honestly, they just feel like, okay, you know what? Right now, even they're not really doing anything, so we might as well just engage and try our luck. Because I kind of feel like for them themselves, they're like, we just have enough damage. Yeah, we just catch someone.
Anyone. And how perfect it is that his first target was the one with the retribution. Now an argument by Sanji. Finally locks in that tier 1 in mid. Agi answers back. Oh, Evo here. Still alive, still up. Keeping much of what they want to protect. They have one more turret out of their base. But Echo has a movement forward.
I would argue that Evo should be able to have the high ground to defend it, but compared to Echo,
Your name gets kicked out of the way. He survives. But Lord does travel through. Look at Sanford. Oh, deep behind enemy territory. Over. What's up? Biston takes quite a bit of damage from Sanford. He did pop his weapon fly. Down goes Agi. Sanji coming in. Did have to spend his retreat. Rather slicker. How did he spend his retreat though? Trying to slow him down. Another push in mid by Benny Cutie. This is looking dire.
Yeah, right now we gotta look at Vista because he cannot deal out the damage safely. Every single time he goes to the front, he's gonna take quite a lot of damage. And now real world manipulation.